a perfect chance to air some of those grievances happens right now. Every Friday as we wrap our week of episodes, it's presented by our friends at Local Environmental Services. Since day one, we've called it Trash Talk! All right, this one from Deborah, who says, Ryan, I would like to respond to the conversation you hosted on Tuesday between the UCP's Erica Barudis and the NDP's Cheryl Oates. Says Deborah, first of all, I am a cranky old woman, and listening to the UCP has made me even crankier. In the 90s, when my kids were in junior high, senior high, I volunteered with a grassroots group called Speak, Support Public Education, Act for Kids. We fought against Ralph Klein cutting public education, and I am infuriated to hear Erica talk about funding for public ed. Tied to the ups and downs of a budget, funding programs like public education and public health care need the foundation of any budget to reflect that commitment. The cutting of those funds, including education assistance by the UCP, is destroying public education in Alberta. Charter schools are going to make it even worse. Listening to Cheryl Oates, though, gave me some hope for the future, and I'm glad that they represented and put their sign on my lawn yesterday, says Deborah. She says, I think that it's one thing to listen to the leaders debate, but I'm really glad that I listened to that segment on Real Talk on Tuesday because it reinforces messages straight from the team. Thanks, Deborah. How about this one from Mr. Dad, who says, Ryan, Johnny, I was struck by the disturbing demonstration of values on your May 2nd episode featuring the NDP and UCP staffers Cheryl Oates and Erica Barudis. Barudis attacks the NDP's position of prioritizing a children's hospital over private arena handouts. She then goes on to boast that the UCP feels spending more than $300 million for provincial taxes on a private arena for the obscenely wealthy is equal to investing $40 million into a hospital for sick kids. That is not the Alberta that I want. That from Mr. Dad. And how about this one from Ronnie, who says, Jespo, can we please give the whole democracy itself is on the ballot talk a freaking rest? It's tiresome, repetitive, and above all, completely fucking annoying. Obviously there are concerns and threats around the world. China encroaching on Taiwan, Russia's continued invasion and occupation of Ukraine, but to say that the UCP is threatening democracy is absurd, hysterical, and completely melodramatic. Now, let me be clear. I'm not a fan of Danielle Smith, okay? I dislike the UCP's policies and wholeheartedly disagree with their vision for the province. But can we give this hyperbolic bullshit a rest about the UCP? Nuance, pragmatism in political discourse in this province, in this country, and around the world has been dead for a long time, and it's time to revive it. Signed, a tired follower of politics. That's Ronnie. You can send us your trash talk anytime to talk@ryanjesperson.com. It's proudly presented by Local Environmental Services. You can find them online today, Alberta and Saskatchewan, localenvironmental.ca. Coming up next, we got a whole bunch of stuff in the cooker, but that doesn't mean there's not room for another perspective. We want you to engage with us. Leave a comment on our YouTube episode. Leave a comment on our podcast. Thanks for rating and reviewing it. And of course, don't hesitate to hit us up on our hashtag, RealTalkRJ. Have an amazing weekend. Some of our Patreon supporters enjoy that film at Northwest Fest on Sunday. And we'll see you right back here with Charles Adler and more on Monday's Real Talk.